10 strategies to build your wealth. Hi guys, we're excited to bring you our last new video where we delve into powerful strategies for achieving financial success and abundance. Get ready to uncover the secret to wealth creation and join us on this exciting journey towards prosperity. Don't miss out, watch the video now and empower yourself with the knowledge to thrive. When the estimated number of wealth people continues to increase steadily, a lot of ordinary are being left behind. If you are one of these people, it probably means that you are not doing something right. But hopefully, I'll change that today. By the end of this video, you will know about all this channel which you can use to build your wealth. So, stay tuned. Rule number 1. Educate yourself first. If we ever want to change our financial status, you must begin with our mindset. You can start adjusting your mindset by becoming acquainted with the basics of financing. It's crazy that some people are employed but are still clueless about some basic concepts like how to file their taxes. While people choose to ignore this or think they can just get someone to do it for them. This is a wrong approach. Familiarizing yourself, or at the very least, knowing how to file your own taxes is a good idea. Also, acquaint yourself with these basic terms: income, expenses, net worth, return on investment, passive income, financial independence, and so on. In addition, read all the books you can find, which are related to finance. If reading is not your thing, you can listen to podcasts or anything that will make you financially aware. The point is to never stop learning. While in the process, you should also be cautioned because the internet has all kinds of information, whether some true, others are misleading. If you want to find out the best information, a good bet is to check out all successful investors, follow their social media pages and blogs, because they should have some pretty insightful things to tell you. Rule number 2. Get a regular income source first. If you want to become wealthy one day, and you don't come from money, then friend, you better have a plan. The thing is, you can't just wake up and decide that you want to start accumulating your wealth. First, you'll need a game plan which should factor in your source of income, whether that will be a regular job or hustle. Once you have set up enough, you should then start researching ways in which you can grow what you have saved into something substantial. This may mean investing in the stock market, starting a business, or getting education and certification for a high income skill. Whichever one you choose, make sure you are also mentally prepared for potentially not working out and have to start all over again. But before I move to the next point, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to give this video a thumb up for that YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you are new here. Okay? Next to rule number 3. Make it a budget and stick to it. For some reason, some people think that it's unpopular to have a budget, that having a budget and setting a limit on your spending is meant to strict on yourself. However, what they fail to see is that budgeting has a plethora of benefits. First, you become disciplined and stop yourself from overspending on things that own priority. This can certainly help you to build your savings and eventually your wealth. Personally, I use the 50-30-20 rule, which is quite simple yet very effective. 50% of my earnings goes to essentials like rent, food, or healthcare. 30% goes to my needs like shopping or entertainment, and 20% goes to my savings. If you don't understand, please watch the video about 50-30-20 rule on the card above or in the description below. Okay, next. Planning your income. This way, you'll find your wealth growing steadily each month. In fact, it will seem quite effortless. The main point is budgeting is to reduce your spending and maximize your saving. It's pretty much like trading one thing for the other, with the only difference being that saving is way more beneficial than spending. Rule number 4. Build in your emergency fund. Imagine this scenario. You have an early 2000 Corona, which for several years has served you well. However, it's getting old now, and it's starting to develop a couple of problems. It's your only core, and you rely on and love for work and accounting. If anything bad were to happen to you, you wouldn't know where the money will come from to replace it. But one day, the worst does happen, and your car breaks down. The repair bill is enormous, and you aren't sure where the money is going to come from. Your only choices are selling an investment to pay for the repair, or go into debt, which you will happen to pay a high interest on. I'm guessing you're probably throwing right now, because these are not the best option in the world. If you want to avoid such stressful decision, you'll have to build yourself an emergency fund. Life can be very unpredictable. Udahlah, for example, in the car example I just talked about, if your car broke down in the middle of nowhere and you called insurance, here is where emergency fund would have come and saved the day. This is just a fund you ought to keep that will help you in times of unplanned situations that require urgent funding. Although some wise investors have already taken that step and now have an emergency fund, they sometimes forget that a good emergency fund should be able to take you through 6 to 12 months of different expenses. The need for such of funding was made clear for a lot of people during recent pandemic, when many lost their job and had no form of income. The end for such of funding was made clear for a lot of people during the recent pandemic, when many lost their jobs and had no form of income. Once you started building your emergency fund, you can just put in your saving account, where it will be easier to access if the need arises. Rule number 5. Invest your money. Now that you have built your emergency fund, it's safe for you to start investing so that your money can start growing. There are a variety of options where you can choose to invest your money. But first, you'll have to do homework, because you also want to invest in something you'll not be able to keep up with. You can begin by investing in stocks, by buying them on the stock exchange. And if you didn't know, owning stock is almost like have a piece of the company, and you profit from the slight rise in the price of shares as well as dividends that will be paid out. Although they are at times riskier than bonds. There's risky vary depending on the corporation. If you're not comfortable with stock, you can choose bonds. This act like IOUs from a company or a government. Technically, if you buy bonds, the insurer always gives you their worst. They give back the money with a profit on top after a certain period. You'll also have to do proper research on the types of bonds you're taking to avoid any surprises. Get to know the bonds rating agencies assign. Alternatively, you could go for mutual funds. This simply means you buy a pool of securities. Most of the time, it includes stocks, bonds, or a mixture of both. Although mutual funds are quite risky, they also bear very good rewards in the end. What you need to be aware of as a young investor is that all three works, but are still risky. All it takes is the right time to invest. Rule number 6. Automate your financial life. Most of us are familiar with how stressful handling money can be, from the bills and debts, savings and investment. It sometimes feels like it's too much. At times, we tend to spend the money we weren't supposed to, or end up forgetting to pay certain bills because we are the best. Only for you. There are a couple of ways to get this done automatically. Many financial advisors would suggest that you have a fixed percentage that is deducted from your salary each month to cover your debts, savings, and your investment. If you activate this feature, there's no payday that will go by with you distributing it equally. The more you do this, the more you'll get used to it, and eventually you won't even notice the money you save from your salary. Pretty genius, don't you think? It's a perfect example of working smart and not hard. Rule number 7. Increase your investment saving. Steadily saving money is an amazing way to compound your wealth into fortune. This is often very evident to most individuals who save up for retirement. Some very common way to do are by using the 401 plan or the IRA. The 401k account is one that is given by the employer to help save the employee's salary for retirement. Most of the time, the money is put into good use through bonds, mutual funds, stocks, guaranteed investment contracts, target date funds, or your employer stocks. With this plan in play, you can contribute a percentage of your salary that will be used as an investment, which is later put into your retirement fund. The best thing about the 401k plan is that you can choose when to be taxed, whether at the beginning or after you withdraw when retired. The other one is the Roth IRA, which is a tax advantage retirement account to which you can contribute money with reduction taxes. The reason I recommended that you go for the Roth IRA is that the money won't be taxed when you withdraw in retirement. The only requirement withdrawal have to be at least 59 years of age. Also, keep in mind that withdrawal of the retirement amount before the retirement age always carries a penalty. Rule number 8. Stay diversified. Ever hear the proverb, Never put all your eggs in one basket. You see, this simple proverb has a much deeper meaning to it. From a business perspective, it simply means that you shouldn't invest all your money in the one place. I know some people may say that you'll have more if you invest all your money in one place, but these types of people haven't really thought about your financial security. It's not a surprise that some businesses fail or that the market falls drastically, but it will be a shock if that happens and you've put all your money on the losing end. The best way to stay safe is by putting your money in different investments. Rule number 9. Explore passive income ideas. If you really want to build your wealth, then you need to think about how you build it, even floating. It's okay if you've got a job that pays well, but if you're paying true to yourself, you should ask yourself, is that all you need? I already know the answer to that. So do this. Find yourself a job that will make you some money even as you sleep. Something that doesn't require full attention. There are plenty of options currently, like blog posting, marketing, selling, and dropshipping. The best and most profitable way to earn a passive income is by investing in real estate. Although in some, like easy money, passive income jobs also require some serious attention and some need very large amounts of capital, especially at the start. If you find yourself a way to earn some passive income, I bet you'll be better off than a few who depend on their full-time job. Rule number 10. Use robo-advisor. Managing businesses can sometimes be challenging, especially for those who lack all the knowledge. Luckily, for everyone's sake, nobody should struggle with their bonds ETFs or ERAs because no, there are specialists for that. The robo-advisors simply gather information for their client through surveys and make the necessary investment on their behalf. Despite the fact that many people don't trust this guy, they usually make the correct investment decision. It makes no difference if you have a nice job that's paid well and for more. As you navigate your financial journey, always remember that every step you take towards understanding and managing your finances brings you closer to a brighter and more secure future. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep making informed decisions. Thank you for being part of our financial community. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumb up and subscribe to our channel for more tips on how to improve your finances. Stay financially empowered and see you in the next video.